You know what I bought the other day, which was really good? It was pretty low in sugar, which it sounds like it wouldn't be, but I guess the cranberries. It's cranberry tropical. So it's cranberry, mango, guava, papaya juice.
That sounds pretty good.
So it's got a lot of tart from the cranberry, but then the other ones, it was lovely with some vodka. I recommend it.
Sounds good. Sounds like my kind of drink.
Tonight I have to do some crafting and stuff after little man goes to bed and do some stuff for work. So I'm going to make my Christmas cards while watching what you watched earlier, the 12 Dates of Christmas.
Yes. I love that movie so much.
There's a new one on Amazon Prime. Wait, I told the girls about it the other day. Well, I can never remember. Maybe, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's Melissa Joan Hart and Jason Priestley.
Oh, that's got to be cute.
It was everything you wanted.
That's got to be cute. I'm gonna have to.
Parents who won't mind their own business and their adult child. So this is the premise. Wait, I think you're gonna like it. Melissa Joan Hart plays a podcast superstar who talks all about love, but has never found true love before. Long story short, she goes home to her small town of Lake Tahoe.
Of course.
Her car breaks down. Of course. She's adorable man. Of course. Love ensues. May or may not have a pregnant sibling. You usually need one person pregnant in a holiday movie. The parents are adorable. The father's baking cookies 24/7. And they love the man who helps her fix her car. And so the whole movie is just the parents behind the scenes trying to get them together. And they're not being sly. They're being very heavy-handed. And it's
hilarious.
Adorable.
I'm going to watch it.
Ed Begley Jr. plays the dad, and he is...
I love Ed Begley Jr.
Top-notch in the role.
Love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to start a rom-com podcast.
I feel like you're going to have to call upon Nicole or Candace to join you in that, because this is really the only time of year that I'll watch a rom-com.
Yeah.
But then once again, it really does also depend on the cast, because like I did watch He's Just Not That Into You, because you throw Drew Barrymore,
that movie's amazing,
and Kevin Connolly and Bradley Cooper in a movie and Ben Affleck. I mean,
come on.
I can't not turn that on.
Come on, yeah.
And one of my favorite comedians wrote the book. It was like I can't not be watching that.
Right. Yeah.
Just like
agreed.
Nick Nora's Infinite Playlist. You throw Kat Dennings at me, I don't care what she's doing. I'm watching. So there's that.
Heard. Yeah. No, I love that movie.
So we watched for today.
Better Watch Out.
A Shudder exclusive. I think the parents are really the only ones that people might know. Virginia Marsden and Patrick Warburton. Everybody else is actually from Australia.
That kid is amazing.
Ed Oxenbould, who plays Garrett. And then
I feel like he looked familiar, but I didn't.
Well, that's the friend. Who plays the main kid? Wait, where's the main kid? Why can't I find the main kid? We've got Olivia Dejon. But wait, we'll go to IMDb. They'll have it for me.
Oh, that's where I'm going.
I was just on Google. Sorry, our listening audience.
Levi Miller.
Thank you.
Alexander, that's what he's from.
Alexander in the No Good, Very Bad
Day. Yeah, that's what Garrett is from.
Yes.
He was Alexander. That was actually a really good movie.
That was.
I have to go to the premiere of that.
But was Levi Miller in anything? By the way, inappropriate, but oh, he's Peter Pan in Pan in 2015. Listen, we know nobody saw it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And he hasn't he was in Streamline this year.
Oh, he's 19. Okay, so I can say that he's cute.
I will say, yeah, he is aging nicely. He was adorable, but this movie is why I've always said, listen, my son's 3. He can have a hot babysitter now. Once he hits 10, I'm hiring the uggos.
An old lady.
Big old glasses with a Jen-style Feliz Navidad sweater, just hiding everything.
Yep.
Barbie is not watching my prepubescent kid.
No. But also he's too old for a babysitter. I maintain that. He's too old for a babysitter.
In the movie, he is 12.
That's too old for a babysitter. For one night? You can't leave your 12-year-old kid alone for one night?
Oh, you're
in a neighborhood where you don't even have...
I was 12, my dad left me home for weeks alone. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But no, I hear what you're saying.
And they don't even have a security system because the neighborhood is so safe. So why does this grown-ass boy have a babysitter? What?
But also, he's got a best friend, Garrett. Like, at that age, like, I joked about my dad leaving me, but like, he went, like, if he had to go out for the night, he was just like, so you're gonna go to one of your friend's house and play for the night? Yup. Yes, I am. And their parents would do the same thing. Oh, we're going out for the night.
Yeah.
Whose house are you staying at? You're 12. Like, make your own plans.
Yeah. My mom would be like, lock the door, don't use the stove, and have a good time. Okay.
I don't know if I was allowed to use the stove, honestly. I was making most of the meals.
I probably was. I just throwing something else out there to make it sound like a kid.
This kid is a sleepwalker. So on that, I do kind of understand, only because sleepwalkers really shouldn't be left alone.
That makes sense. I was ready to forgive it, but she said, we're changing things up this time, which means that they still call her. She said he's sleepwalking again. So they still called her even when he had stopped sleepwalking.
But maybe he stopped. They didn't call her. He restarted, so they did. And they're like, this is our new system now.
I don't know. It sounded like they get a babysitter for him.
Also, I think the dad was perving on the babysitter.
Oh, totally. It was.
Or also, maybe, and I could see this too, and I'm not saying nothing. They are very wealthy. Mm-hmm. This young girl is starting a new life. Maybe they were like, let's throw her some extra work before she moves so she has some more, because they seem to really like her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe it was one of those things, like, because when I nannied and then I graduated, like, they gave me a graduation gift. They gave me a couple more shifts before I started my new job to help me transition. You know, if you really like your babysitter or nanny and you're a wealthy person like them,
yeah,
what's it to you to throw her a couple extra shifts?
Yeah.
Also, very waspy. And so all of those people all had babysitters. You left Bradley alone? What if there was an intruder? Well, heck, even if there was an intruder, you're all dead. So it don't matter.
Right. It's a teenage girl. What exactly is she going to save him from?
What I always love is all these people that say it's a safe neighborhood. Oh, okay then. Not even a ring doorbell amongst us. Like,
it's a safe neighborhood until it's not.
Well, the safe neighborhood is where the truly rehearsed criminals go. Listen, before they came across Mr. Kevin McAllister,
I was going to say Home Alone.
The bandits, and this had a lot of throwbacks to Home Alone, but the bandits did a very good job of casing. They came as police officers.
They sat in a van.
They did
recon.
That's what good people who want to rob the good stuff do. They case and observe the good neighborhood to know which one of you idiots decided it's so safe we don't need a security system.
And because you're on routine and probably do the same shit every day, all day. So they know exactly when you're going to be home.
All day.
But I was surprised. I liked this one, actually. I did too. I like if you haven't seen it and you want to watch it, I would suggest watching it because it's a very good twist, but it's not an ending twist. It's like the middle of the movie that you're not expecting. So
I liked that the twist came pretty early.
Yeah. That made that's what the movie was about. And you're like, oh, this is not what I thought.
Right. So we start out very hot. Babysitter is driving. And you see a car pull out behind. So she has stopped because she almost hit a cat because she was on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's driving to the house, so you know where she's going. She has set it on the phone, and you see a car slowly pull out behind her. The misdirect of that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the bad guy.
This is how it starts.
I love Shudder, and they do some great things, but when it comes to made for a streaming service movie, even with Netflix, I'm always a little trepidate. I just feel like they follow a formula, and good for them because it's working. Hallmark Channel, I'm looking at you. I could write 12 scripts right now.
Oh my God, I need to just buckle down and write a couple.
A couple spec scripts for the Hallmark Channel. So you see that, and then she gets to just also in every one of these movies, these people are just so ostentatiously wealthy.
Right. Money's never their concern.
Ostentatiously so. And just way too much Christmas decor. You're too excited for the season. Reindeer on the roofs, Clark Griswold, calm the fuck down. Like,
it wasn't that bad. And I bet they pay somebody. They don't do that themselves. They pay somebody.
No, they didn't. Listen, you're talking to a woman whose husband put up, now it was 4, but ostensibly 1 string of lights. And he was like, so should we wrap around the back? I go, no, we're good. We're good.
I don't see the back.
Grand.
Decorate the back of your tree? I don't think so.
You guys, I do celebrate the Christmas, but and I'm asked all the time if I'm Jewish, and I'd like to say that culturally, yes, and I'd love to be. Give me just 8 candles. Give me a tiny bush. I don't want to blow up Santa on my front lawn. I don't want reindeer tracks. I really hate the Christmas tree every year. When we do it, it brings me sadness. But it brings the 2 men in my house such joy that it balances. But when I lived alone, there was no tree. Aww. And listen, happily, there was no tree.
No, also, I know he was happy. That makes me sad.
Says the psycho who's crocheting her own tree skirt. So, I'm just all over the place on my feelings about this.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because I love crocheting, and it's going to come out so nice. We'll sew it. It'll be done next week, and I guess I can't hold it up because by next week it'll be under the tree. Next year, guys.
Take a photo.
Next year before I throw it under the tree. I'll take a picture and be like, here you go.
Yeah. So,
what did you think of this town, Jen?
I mean, it was typical suburban town.
Yeah, it was.
There was a lot of swear words coming from the snowball fight.
Well, as is, I mean, remember that Christmas Story. I rained down expletives that had never been heard before. Yeah, little boys, when they get into snowball fight, any kind of fights with each other, when they think an adult is out of earshot, every curse they've ever heard, they love it.
Yeah, I believe it.
They are big fans. A 3-year-old tell me that's bullshit the other day when I went and give him candy for breakfast.
Yeah, I know. We talked about this.
Yeah, so I mean, they're real bullshit. They're language. I'm like, oh, I think he learned that from me.
So we go from her in the car to the boy is sitting in his room playing video games.
Yes.
And this is where we get an idea of what's...
First of all, kid, let's
their
talk.
deal is.
Let's talk. If my son was ever sitting in his bedroom with his friend in Dockers, a button down, and a sweater, first of all, I'd ask him where he got those clothes. I'd be like, those are your holiday clothes. We don't wear those to hang out. Hang them up. I'm not rewashing them before the Christmas photos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That noise.
Well, I mean, that's a very good indication as to what's happening here.
Weird shit. Just weird shit. Listen, my son is going to be like me, I feel. The second he gets in from school, just the comfy clothes. Just right on. We're a comfy clothes household.
Yeah.
Y'all. Well, the funniest line to me ever in a movie was when Cher from Clueless is sitting on the couch with Josh, and she goes, I love when I'm home. My hanging out clothes are so much more comfortable than my going out clothes. And she is in skin tight jeans. So there's a button in this equation. Never comfortable. And the tiniest tank top.
The tank top I get. Wait, is she wearing jeans? Are you sure she's not wearing sweatpants?
They are jeans. There was a button. I think about it to this day. I'm like, no, those jeans are my because my reaction to that was, you're wearing my going out.
I go out in, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, I had a real father who would not have allowed a see-through shirt to be the cover-up to a lingerie dress. So there's also that. As a matter of fact, my father would have insisted on the Feliz Navidad shirt at that age. Cover it all and go. So yeah. And they're talking about his plan to get laid, but we don't hear the plan.
No, we just know that
dude, it's gonna work. And his friend's like, that's never gonna work. And so we're like, you 12. She's not, unless this nanny is Mary Kay Letourneau, she's not sleeping with you.
Yeah, that's not just like kids. Like he wants to like actually like get laid. Like it's
get it in, yeah.
Like calm down. Baby steps.
Baby steps, you baby.
Yeah.
You child, you small child. So
young one.
She gets there. We can also tell that the father also wants to do the babysitter. I mean,
yeah, it's very creepy. I didn't like that vibe. I love Patrick.
Oh yeah, but also, or does he? Because he's real precious about those ornaments. And also, Miss. Now they don't say which one is the breadwinner, but they look like a very traditional family. So let's assume he is. He has outfitted you with this home.
Yeah.
He is asking for 7 ornaments. I let my husband put up a whole goddamn tree. Put the 7 ornaments up, bitch.
That whole thing she asked him was just like, you sure you never sucked a dick? I was like, damn.
Damn.
And she was like, not even in college. I thought that was actually hilarious.
Honestly, a gay husband is the dream. I'm not even gonna lie. So much less work. My house would be much better decorated because I do not have an eye for decor. So
then you just have a roommate. You don't have to marry him.
I'm just saying.
I don't know what the point would be there.
Am I getting all his assets when he kicks if he's a roommate? Not unless that paperwork's tight.
Domestic partnership, I guess. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, New York is not a common law state. I can't get if he dies, okay?
Oh, all right.
Trust me, I've looked into these things, Jen. I think I haven't. So, yeah, this poor man's just getting called gay by his wife.
My wife, yeah.
Who he ostensibly had sex with and made, up to this point, what we think is the weirdest child on the planet. And don't worry, it's gonna get weird.
Oh, he had a fetal machine, the fetal sound machine, so he could make the sound like he was in his mother's womb. I was like, did they actually make those things?
They absolutely do. the reason that they were created is because most of the time when infants are being breastfed or even nursed by their own mother, then they're getting that, right? But a lot of times for the kids who might have to go into a system or a place, they don't have enough people to be holding them, rocking them through the night, getting them to sleep. So that was the original, like, person's create, and then it just, and honestly, it does help. Like, TJ doesn't have the fetal one. He's got some little elephant that makes like lights and plays.
No, that's ambient noises. That makes sense. We all have those. We have rain. We have beaches. It's the sound of being a fetus that I just be like, And
he's still using it when he's 12.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're still 2 using it, I'm fine. We get to 12. Would you also still like your binky? I'm very confused.
This is a problem.
Things are not going well. Look at you with that. You just have the fanciest Bloody Mary ever. Like, what is happening over there?
Because I got tired of holding the toothpick, so I just stuck it in the top of the celery stick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I love that even when you're making it for yourself, you do all the accoutrement.
I love it. It's delicious. I was excited because I was like, oh my God, we actually have celery.
Well, I got home. I was out all day. I go, okay, we're going to make the pork medallions. And I go, except that I didn't defrost those, so that's
the worst.
That's the worst. So we got Taco Bell, and it was fantastic. So I'll make those tomorrow. I'll throw those in right before I leave for work. So the boys are talking, and then you can tell the mom's not a fan of this friend.
I was just gonna say, she don't like no Garrett. She ain't no fan.
No. How these two even became friends is... Probably. And we'll get into that a little later on, but I got questions, I need answers.
He's like, instead of getting laid, let's smoke weed.
Which Garrett, smart, because you're only 12. So let's add illicit drugs to this.
Yeah.
And like all the alcoholism, I don't understand what's happening there because. So, okay. The babysitter comes, Garrett's gone. Mom and dad leave. And he decides that we're gonna drink some champagne with the babysitter. First of all, that was like $100 bottle.
Yeah.
So I'd be pissed, take my cheap booze. My coworker tells me about this story about how one day she went to make penne alla vodka and realized that her son refilled the vodka with water.
Oh no.
But like,
I don't understand why you do that. Like, because
then it doesn't look like you drank it.
But then when they go to drink it, they're gonna know that you drank it. So
listen, he was like 14, 15, not a genius here yet. But what he also did was, like, it wasn't like the bottle was empty. He just kept putting water to bring it back up to the line, like a little. So he just kept diluting it. So she went to make penne alla vodka. I'd be like, I worked so hard. Because vodka is literally the last thing you add to vodka sauce. Oh. So now you've literally ruined 20 minutes of sauce prep when you throw what you think is vodka in. And it's, thankfully, she had poured it into, see, I don't use measuring cups. I just go straight from the bottle. She used a measuring cup, and she was like, that don't smell like vodka. So she didn't ruin anything. She just turned it. But I would kill TJ. I would rather look in my cabinet and see an empty bottle.
Gone, yeah.
I have vodka. Start vodka sauce, and now I gotta go get vodka?
Yeah, yeah.
I'd kill a kid. But also, this is why you don't keep clear liquids in your house.
Also, you do better to just throw the bottle away, because then they'll just be like, oh, I don't remember drinking that, but I guess maybe I did.
Yes, like, exactly.
But when you put an empty bottle back, then they're like, well, that I definitely didn't do.
Well, her son now, and her son is in college, but sometimes when he drinks up her bottle, he'll leave it up on the counter with a little note going, I owe you. He's never buying her another bottle, but I appreciate the intent, honestly.
It's the idea. It's the thought that counts, I guess.
So yes, champagne, and she allows it for some reason.
Well, at first she's like, no.
At first she doesn't, but
no,
then
at first she says no. Yeah.
I won't tell you won't
Oh,
tell.
because she talked to her boyfriend, and he caught her drinking, and then he's like, if you don't tell, I won't tell. So it's like a
right.
All right, fine. She's been talking to her boyfriend all day. What's his name, Ricky?
Sure.
She's got two dudes after her. Jeremy is the douchebag.
Wait, did you say Jeremy is the douchebag? Like, they're not.
I liked Ricky.
But I'm saying at this point in the movie, I'm saying right now.
Oh, right now.
We are led to believe Ricky's a douche.
Yeah.
At this point, we are led to believe Ricky's a douche. She can do better than Ricky. And little man thinks he should go for it.
Make a move.
Make a move. And
go
she
on.
Rejects him, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so. Once again, she's not Mary Kay Letourneau, so and then a weird man delivers
a pizza. That they did not order. She was going to order the pizza. She got distracted by the boyfriend, and then
nobody ordered pizza. So where did the pizza come from? Clearly it came from somewhere.
Yeah.
So, and he goes, oh, my dad must have ordered it. Okay. Your dad would have told her that.
Right. Oh,
Been
I'm
like,
order you guys a pizza.
I already ordered the pizza. You wouldn't make somebody order a pizza. So, no, but she is so wound up in her own emotions, she doesn't even realize that. She does say something about the mushrooms, and he brushes it off like, oh, I guess he wanted me to eat vegetables.
Yeah.
No.
But I didn't really get the point of that, because he specifically said no mushrooms. So I don't get what the point of that was.
To make her question who was sending.
Who would have sent it? Oh.
Yeah, the weird pizza. Like, to get her on tilt.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because, why would your dad, who sent us this weird pizza? Because your dad would not have ordered mushrooms.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Brushes it off quicker than I think he wanted her to. I think he wanted her to be more freaked out by the weird pizza.
Yeah.
Then there's some weird shadows.
Santa Claus thing at the window.
We'll just keep moving. Those Santa Clausy things, first of all.
Those are creepy. Not a fan.
Those are creepy. First of all, I don't even think they make those anymore. Those are from the 1970s and 80s. So you've been having that bad boy. Oh, wow. Clark Griswold also had that, to give you an idea of how old this item is.
That is true.
So they keep moving. That weird guy around the door keeps getting reopened. And then we have an intruder.
Yes.
Here, an intruder. And she goes for the house phone. This is what I still don't understand about this movie. You hear the intruder. The intruder is upstairs. You're at the front door.
Right.
You're in suburbia. This isn't the stranger. Your neighbor is 8 inches away.
Yeah.
You go, okay, we're going next door now.
We're leaving.
Go next door.
No, I don't have to be a hero. Oh, Garrett has,
a hero.
And we've already established that they thought, well, Garrett jumped him because he was fooling around. They're like, oh, you were messing around, right?
No.
That happens after?
Yes. So they go, Yes. So they go. The phone is off. Then Garrett comes in.
Okay.
Then they hear a secondary noise, which I still can't figure out how the boys rigged that. That's
right.
the one.
That one I was like, well, so what was that?
Right. But long story short, they rig a secondary noise. I mean, it could have been anything.
I don't think they did though. That's the thing. Like, it's weird because even when she's gone, he's like, dude, if you're pranking, like, I'm gonna mess you up. Like, I think that noise wasn't necessarily part of it.
I mean, it could have just been a noise too. Like,
yeah. And because she's already heightened and it's already like scary.
Yeah. And Garrett was up there messing around. He could have knocked something and it finally fell. You know what I mean? Now he goes to throw her phone and it lands in the thing.
In the aquarium.
What? And then she goes, then once again, they are at the door. You are in Suburbia. She's got the two boys with her. They're at the door. They know somebody's in the house. She goes, there's a knife in my tire. You listen.
You ride that bitch.
8 seconds away.
Right.
On either side. 1, 2. You got 6 people in a 2-second jog from you.
But right after she sees the knife, they don't need to drive anywhere. Her saying that they have to, like that, like you said, it's not like they're in the middle of the desert and it's like, oh my God, we have to drive. It's like,
Suburbia. You
can jog to the end of the block or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But after she sees the knife, that's when Garrett comes downstairs with the brick.
Yes, they've already tried the computer.
Yeah.
The computer doesn't work. They're now going to get the gun.
Because Garrett does come down with the brick. And it says, you leave, you die.
Right. Garrett then runs to prove this point.
Mm-hmm.
And dies.
Yeah. Adios, Garrett.
Adios. And I really was hoping, truthfully, that was adios, Garrett, because he was annoying the fuck out of me. But no, we're gonna see his punk ass again.
Then they're having that awkward lay down on the ground.
Yeah, don't do that.
I didn't like that.
No. And then she does the thing she was telling them not to do in the movie they were watching. She goes up into the attic.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't you ever seen Black Christmas? It's where the killer lived.
Nothing good is in the attic.
Don't ever go in the attic, okay? Listen, didn't you read Flowers in the Attic? Nothing good happens in an attic.
Ever.
I ignore the fact that we have one. Because, we can store stuff up there. I'm like, well, if you're going up and down to get it, surely
you can go right on ahead.
And I say this now as an adult. As a child, in a place that we lived, our attic was our playroom, and it was beautiful. It had beautiful lights, and we had like a real floor and
That's like a nice attic, though. That's like a real attic, not like a dingy, scary.
But even my grandmother's attic upstairs, like in my house, I was always looking for treasure up there. I don't know what treasure I thought I was finding. Treasure up there. Like, I was not freaked out. Now, as an adult, fuck that attic. Fuck it all. No.
Yeah.
No, good. I'm good. I've seen too much. I know too many things. That's where anybody who's poor is trying to live in your home. They're hiding in your attic.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why we have no stairs to and from our attic. Just a hole in the ceiling. You have to get a ladder.
If you're gonna come down here, you better jump.
Yeah, jump, break an ankle. Let's see what happens.
Oh, and then the spiders get on her.
Well, not the spiders. Just the spider.
No, there's more than one. I just watched it. She's got one like crawling here and one on her chest.
So did he have 2 pet spiders?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he had a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert, he has pet spiders.
Yeah. Because he caught one in the kitchen earlier too. And she's like, come kill it.
That was his. You
Yeah.
see him put it away later.
Yeah.
Maybe the attic ones weren't, but that one was.
No, I think they were his in the attic. Because of what happens later. Were? Yeah.
I mean, he's got those bitches trained. I don't know what to tell you.
Ugh.
But also.
Oh, that was another Home Alone throwback too.
That you don't know he had spiders.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's known him since he was little. She should know that.
Yeah.
That was another Home Alone throwback.
Right. We're going to get to my favorite of the Home Alone throwbacks.
Oh, yeah. Which the boys talked about in their room in the beginning.
So, now they're hiding in his closet. He's got the gun. And she realizes the idiot in the mask is Garrett. And him and her fight. And he pushes her down the stairs.
Yeah.
I mean, God bless her that she survived that. That looked gnarly.
Yeah. She should be dead, but she was laying all pretty and cute down at the bottom of the stairs. I was like, who falls like that and then looks like that?
I mean, at least in Empire, when she fell, she lost the baby. I mean, that's horrible, but at least more realistic than this. I mean,
yeah, because she wasn't bruised. Like, she should have been banged up on a much larger scale.
And this is when you realize this kid is crazy. He has left the plantation. Sanity exited stage left a long time ago, not coming back. And he has tied her up.
And they're playing around. Garrett's on drugs. He's on Oxy.
Yeah. A lot of things happening here.
But she's still talking to him like she's in control of the situation.
Correct.
And I'm like, ma'am, you were tied to a chair. You need to get I want to say condensation. That's not right. Condescension out of your voice.
Yes. No, you need to. You're at a 20 and we need you at a 2.
Yeah, you need to tone it back on the attitude because he's got a gun. He's got you tied up. You need to put a little respect in your tone.
Right.
If it, like I said, like I play the long game. Like if I'm kidnapped by somebody who has a crush on me, done. Like,
I mean, Jen, at this point in your life, that's the goal, honestly. At this point,
yeah,
she'll take a serial killer if you'll keep her alive, guys. I'm telling you right now.
I'm just saying, you gotta go long game. Like,
Jen, you posted the other day, you were like, guys, I'd be pregnant with our second before he even.
I was like, I'd be with our second kid before I tried to plan my escape. I'd be like, all right, I think he's comfortable now. I can make a move.
I can make my move. Oh, yeah, she is not playing the long game. She's playing the shortest of games.
She's like, you're a kid and you're dumb and you're such a little boy. And I'm like, that's not the stuff he wants to hear.
Yeah.
Let's go with, ha ha ha, that was so funny, Luke.
Right.
That's cute. Oh my God, I love pranks. You're the best.
Yeah. Let's put a little cheerleader in that voice and try this again. Because you were in a chair and he has a gun.
Right.
He has a gun and an idiot as a sidekick. That's never going to go well. No. Okay? Folks, when planning your sidekick, and I think once again, we learned this from Home Alone, you need your sidekick to be smart with you.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was clearly the dynamic they were going for. He was the Joe Pesci, and Garrett was the other. I don't even know who the other one was.
Marv.
Garrett was the other one, okay? Marv. You don't need a Marv. Nobody needs a Marv.
Nobody needs a Marv. No.
No, to this day, the story I want is how Joe Pesci's character even ended up with Marv. I want that backstory.
Bad luck. That would actually be, that I would watch.
They keep making Home Alone remakes. Give me that. Give me the Home Alone prequel. Well, those
I would actually watch how Marv and Harry ended up together.
this a planes, trains, and automobiles situation? Did he just wear him down after 72 hours on the road to get, like, what happened? That's all I need to know. But okay, we've got these idiots, and now they've decided that they're going to play truth or dare. And she confesses that she's a virgin. And he doesn't believe her. I think he even goes so far as to call her a whore.
Yep. Yeah. Because the guy said.
Yes, we all know men are so trustworthy.
Especially when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best thing, ladies, if a man is going around telling people that he had sex with you, and you say, no, we didn't, and he goes, yeah, no, you fucked me, and you go, when I can't feel the dick enter me, I don't consider it
That's
sex.
what I was going to say. Yep, you just say, okay, yeah, and it was small.
He's never saying this rumor again. He's decking it.
Right.
So
that's how you squash that. I mean, if they're going to think you did it anyway, might as well bring him down with you.
Yeah. Mutual assured destruction. So long story short, she is tied up, and they decided to play truth or dare. And what I'm really glad the movie did, I think we talked about this when we were watching it together.
Show him.
At some point, he touches her breastises.
He gets dared by Garrett, which is a good wingman move. I will give Garrett that. Right. He said, I dare you to touch her boob. And they didn't show.
They don't show it, which is fantastic. Now, but once again, sweetie, when the person with a gun asks you, how did that feel? Fantastic. Wonderful. You're better than Jeremy and Ricky put together.
That best.
God, oh my God, it feels like a child felt me up. Once again, he's got all the weapons. Okay?
Why are you pissing this boy off? Why are you pissing this boy off?
He's clearly a psychopath. Have you not seen The Good Side? Have you seen no movies?
Yeah.
Have you not seen Orphan? Have you seen no movies? You're not dealing with a well child here.
Yeah. She was just watching a horror movie, so you know she watches them. She's just dumb.
You're not seeing The Omen? He's about to unleash the monkeys on you. Calm down.
Yeah. But yes, I do, because I don't like when they're always like, oh, it has to, they didn't have to show, like, they alluded to it, they, like, did camera angles, so it looks like he did it, but they didn't, like, actually show his hand on her boob, which I was like, that's good, because...
In the watch party, one of the people said, do none of these people have any idea about self-preservation? And it was either you or Fertilla who said, the caucasity will not allow for it.
Caucasity will not allow for it. Yeah.
The things that my fellow Caucasians do, especially in horror movies, forever will astound me. And I think it's because they, in all these horror movies, all these white people only know other white people. So nobody's told them this ain't what you do. Hang out with a couple people who have lived in high crime areas, you'll survive a horror movie. That's all I'm going to say about that.
It doesn't even have to be high crime. I don't even live. It's instinctual. Like,
right. But because it's been bred. Yes. Yeah.
It's just in the DNA. It's just how we are.
By the way, what time does your family eat Thanksgiving dinner?
Like 4 o'clock.
Okay, and that's like my family. Like, we're like a 3:34. And so a bunch of ladies who are of Puerto Rican descent, there are clients, and there's 3 of them, a mother and her 2 daughters, fabulous group of ladies. And our friend Kim, or somebody was talking about, and she goes, yeah, white people eat Thanksgiving so early. And I go, I don't think that's a white person thing.
No,
I'm like, I don't eat till 4. No, I then decided to do a poll. And all the people were like, yeah, no, like 1:30. And I was like, it is that's... I was like, so you're eating again later in the evening? What happened? Because, so all the white people started talking about Thanksgiving breakfast. And they're like, you don't eat breakfast. I'm like, who's lasting till 4 without breakfast? And they're like, who eats at 4? And I'm like, clearly me and every other non-white person in America. Why are you eating so early? I didn't understand.
I've never heard. I thought 4 o'clock was early.
4 o'clock seems to be the average amongst people I spend time with. But so many 1 o'clocks I got.
That's lunch. That's Thanksgiving lunch. You're having Thanksgiving lunch.
And also, what fucking time do you have to wake up to get Thanksgiving dinner on the table at 1? We deep fry our turkey, and that's even too early for me.
Yeah.
We have an hour and 30-minute cook time on our bird, and that's still too early. By the way, if you haven't deep fried a turkey, people, do it. Do it. It's fantastic. My dad does this. He injects the bird. This year he did it with butter, melted butter, beer, hot sauce, and like a couple other seasonings.
That sounds really good.
I kind of want to do it to a chicken and then roast the chicken.
That sounds equally delicious.
Yeah. You know what? A holiday item freaks me out. The turducken.
Oh yeah, when you like stuff the chicken and the duck and it's a lot.
First of all,
that's a lot of bones to get through. That just sounds complicated and like some stuff.
And how long does that bad boy take to cook?
Well, you know, one of them is gonna be dry as hell.
Something's getting dry.
Something's getting dry. Something's not gonna be cooked enough.
And it's very expensive.
I've never had it.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Okay, moving on. So I don't even know how we got here. Oh, Cassidy. So the white people, no sense of preservation.
So she's still thinking she's in control of something.
And then all of a sudden, Ricky is at the house. And poor Ricky is tied up.
He's brought flowers.
He has brought flowers. Now, here's the thing. Ricky Bear. How do you let 2 incompetent 12-year-olds get the jump on you? Even if they were standing on each other, they're not as tall as you. I mean, this was a tall man. Ricky was not diminutive.
No.
This should not have happened, except for the fact that Ricky seemed to.
No, it was legit. It made sense because he was.
No. Here's the thing. Yes, that did. But I'm telling you, I show up, Jen, we friends. I show up to your house where you're babysitting. You don't answer the door. I don't hear you immediately. Now, all phasers are on. What's going on? My spidey sense immediately. Those flowers are going down, and I'm in stealth mode. Like, get to my girl. What the fuck? He had no stealth mode.
But again, I mean,
the music's so loud.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Again,
Nothing.
Different. We can't compare it to us or anyone with sense.
Is it just because these men are so pretty that they're just so dumb? I mean, I'll give it to her. Ricky was hot. I ain't gonna front.
Oh, he was.
Just so dumb. And then, but also so kind. He's sitting in the chair and he's like, no, I wanted to wish you well, and I understand why you can't stay here. And I'm like, oh, he's not a douche at all.
Yeah. No.
You really missold this individual.
Yeah.
Like, oh, now we got the unreliable narrator. Fantastic. So, now.
Then we find out Lucas was actually the one that texted him to come over.
Yes. And that her phone still works.
Yeah.
The water thing was all a fake out. He had put her phone, he had taped up all her ports before throwing it.
Oh, okay. I missed that, but I was wondering how it was still okay.
Yes, at some point we don't see him do it, but at some point, either when she was away from it,
or whatever,
taped the ports and then put the case back on, which, I mean, that makes sense. And if you did it with clear tape, no one's going to notice that for quite a long. You're not going to notice that till you go to plug something in it. I don't look. You look down here. I don't look down here. But I'm seeing how it, because you see him take the case off and be like, "Oh, your phone works fine," and that's what he did. He peeled off where he sealed it.
Got it.
Pretty smart. Or he could have easily, or you know what he probably did, got a very similar looking case that was waterproof.
Could have been that too, yeah.
Easier to do. But in any regards, he did something to waterproof the phone. And her phone is fine. And
so we're finding out he had a plan. Like, not just I'm going to peel up his leg. Like,
this little psycho really.
This was an elaborate.
His eyes crossed his T's. This was elaborate. So he gets Ricky over there. And now, why they had to bring the poor Mythbusters into this shit, I don't know. He was like, "We're gonna do this Mythbuster style."
The paint cans.
And poor Ricky gets a pencil in
his face. That pretty face.
So sad. And then all of a sudden, she has the gun and tells him to put down the can. I'm not kidding. What the fuck did she think he was going to do with that?
Right.
Kick Ricky out of the way.
That's all you had to do.
Move him. Because Garrett's worthless. Garrett's not sticking up to you. So by the time he got from the top to the bottom, at least you've gotten Ricky out of the way.
Right.
You know?
That'd be too much like right.
Yeah. So, but no, she doesn't move Ricky out of the way. And he swings that can, and poor Ricky's head.
Just. It was much more violent than I expected.
Yeah. I mean,
but they don't actually show it, but still, the way they do it is still like, that's rough.
Yeah. And if that mom was worried about her carpet before, well, sorry to say, babes,
it's toast.
Because not even white paint, not even enough respect for your mother to use some white paint.
No.
Yellow paint.
At least that blends a little better.
With what? Her whole house was white.
I mean, yellow, like, because you're not going to get all of it at all. So at least yellow, you'd have to, like, look pretty close. If it was, like, blue or red, then it'd be like, oh, well, damn.
But I'm saying let's do white.
I mean, that would be ideal, yes. But we've established he's a psychopath and a bastard,
right.
So.
Yeah. So
at
this
point,
happens.
Jeremy comes.
No. We have gotten her restrung up now with Christmas lights. Yes. What the fuck? That was unsettling. This poor girl can't catch her. He hits her again. She goes down because she's just getting hit left and right.
Yeah, so. She definitely has a concussion. She thought maybe she had a concussion before.
Oh, no, it's 100%.
You definitely have a concussion now.
And so Jeremy, for some reason, I don't know if it was in the text or the phone call, I missed it, goes to the
backyard, yeah.
And then goes over to this tiny psychopath. Once again, fellas, he's 12. You can take him. I'm just like, but Jeremy, the second Jeremy arrived on the scene, I was like, okay, I believe that she misled us about Ricky.
Yeah, this guy, no.
This guy, however, backwards cocked hat, dude.
Yeah.
We were not misled.
And like a broke down Louis Vuitton.
Why was that a look? And that was a look that lasted too long.
That was a long time.
Too long a time. And now I'm thinking about that damn Von Dutch documentary that I'm watching.
I'm watching it too. I need to get back on it. I think I'm.
Did you ever own a Von Dutch hat?
Hell no.
No.
Oh.
I clocked those as ugly ass pieces of shit the moment they hit the market.
I don't even remember them as a thing.
Well, because you're young.
You are 1 year older than me. Stop it.
I'm turning 40, guys. It's really hitting me.
Oh, okay, you're 2 years older.
I'm going to put up my Venmo, so if any of our listeners want to buy me a 40th birthday shot, they can just Venmo me something.
You having a birthday around Christmas is rugged.
It's rugged. I'm going to put it on the back of my
your
car.
Christmas present already, but now I'm like, well, damn it, maybe I should make that your birthday.
Bachelorette parties, we'll put it on the back of the car. She's got the ring, Venmo, like.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've seen that, yeah.
Venmo.
I'm like, that's clever. I like that.
I decided to do this for my 40th.
Do it. For your whole month. You should have it on your car now.
Yeah, like, December 1st, get that bad boy up there.
Oh, I was thinking it was December already. I'm rushing. Yeah, no. December 1st.
Get that bad boy up
I bought your Christmas present, but now I'm like, maybe I should make it your birthday present.
Yours is getting drop shipped, so. I mean, if you're a smart person, I'm sure you guessed what they were. But...
If I'm a smart person?
Well, if you're the type, not if you're a smart person, but if you're the type of person who would try to think about what it is,
I got it.
I think you could guess.
I got you.
But I also think that you enjoy being surprised, so I don't think you do those kind of things. Like, you're not bad. Like now all I'm thinking is, ooh, what'd she get me? I'm the worst.
You'd never guess. What?
Also, poor Ed was being very stressed about what to get me, and then I was on Kohl's, and the Naked palette, they're my favorite eyeshadow palettes, but $57. Let's get a little Urban Decay, like, calm down. But it was on sale for $27, so he got me that for my birthday. So excited. I was like, I'm just gonna buy myself a couple gifts and you can wrap them and pay me back. And then we decided we're doing Andrew Santino, February 12th. So Santino, if you're listening, and I know that you are, I've slid into your DMs. I've sent an email. I'm ready to cry. You have to have a 40th birthday drink with me after your show at Foxwoods. I mean, I'm gonna make it happen. I don't care. Like, I'll be pathetic. I don't care. What do you want, Andrew? I'll be pathetic for it. I don't care. I just want a birthday drink with you. So if anybody knows how I can get Andrew Santino to have a birthday drink with me.
I mean, of all our guests, I would think we could get somebody that could help us out.
Right. Well, I'm friends with, another horror podcast boys, Brian Danley and the likes. They have had other people on. We are Kevin Bacon situation away from Andrew Santino. They can make this happen for me. They can. I'm sure they can. Brian, do it. And Brian, I'll text you later to make you do it. Don't worry.
All right. So back to the movie. So,
wow.
What?
We have diverged tonight.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's good.
We're doing good, actually.
Yeah. It's a pretty straightforward movie. It's a good movie.
Because right at the end here. Jeremy dies.
Jeremy comes and he's like, "Why don't you write her a letter to apologize?" Again, see, he's thinking 3-4 steps ahead. He's had this whole plan out. Jeremy writes this letter. He gets hanged. Which is a terrible death. Put that on my list of ways that I don't want to. Being hanged, that's terrible.
I also don't want a paint can to the skull, although that didn't look like it was quick.
That might not hurt. You're just probably done.
Here's the thing. They don't get the right trajectory on me.
Yeah, then you're just
they ain't killing you quick. Yeah, so I could want to do.
So if you're talking a straight, I'm dead moment of impact, sure, paint can to the head's fine.
But if that's gonna last a little bit,
then no.
So Jeremy dies, and now Garrett touches the babysitter, and that's it. You gotta die. 2 shotguns to the face. You gotta go.
And this is where the severe voice cracking comes in, and it's hilarious to me. And I want to know if he was able to control that, or if it was just a byproduct of his acting and being excited.
Well, hold on.
Because he was 14 at the time, so.
He was 14. No, it could have been natural.
Yeah, which makes it even better.
Yeah, exactly.
When he gets excited, the screeching is just, it's so far up there. And it's funny because he's been trying to prove that he's a man so hard this whole movie that then his voice just starts cracking and it's like he's betraying himself. Right. Where he's trying to be this tough guy and now he's squeaking all over the place.
Now Garrett's dead.
Yeah, he shot Garrett.
Not a moment too soon. Oh, what we do find out earlier in the movie is that he also killed Garrett's bunny rabbit.
His hamster, something like that.
Some one of Garrett's animals. Okay. And that's how you know someone's a psycho. Just they say that's the first time.
When they kill little animals, like there is something wrong with you.
Yes.
I mean, I used to burn ants as a kid, but I don't think that counts.
No, I think you're fine. So Garrett dies. I mean, they all tried to tell him. Ricky tried to warn him. This dude ain't your friend.
They were like, don't be friends with this guy. Which is funny because in the beginning you think Garrett is the bad influence. That's another thing where it's like, because he smokes the weed. That was also a whole thing because he smoked the weed in the house, and that's why they had to kill whoever.
Right.
Oh, because they needed to make it look like Ricky had been smoked. They wanted Ricky to smoke. I was like, this is interesting because this is a horror movie where the teen girl hasn't had sex and the boy doesn't want weed. And he's like, he doesn't just say, I don't want any. He's like, I don't do that stuff. Right. And I was like, that's like old school horror movie where it's like, they were like good kids or whatever.
This movie. So, you know what though, sweetheart? Jamie Lee Curtis would have bounced out that front door 2 doors down.
That's true.
So, long story short, he's lying there with her, saying how his mom gave up holding him.
Oh, yeah, holding him. Buddy?
I know why. And then stops talking.
And closes her eyes and just shuts herself off completely.
Yeah, that she's done with him because she goes, you were never going to let me go. She knows she's going to die. Mm-hmm. So he stabs her. And then we see this tiny psycho has had a plan all along. And he sets everything to look like Jeremy did everything.
And the letter that he wrote in an apology looks like a suicide letter.
Right. And then he climbs into bed, almost forgets to put on his noise machine. The only thing was, well, I guess, no, the pencil makes sense. He gets the pencil in, almost falls off the roof twice. That Rudolph had it out.
Did we say that he stabbed her in the neck? He did. He stabbed.
Yep, he stabbed her.
He stabbed her in the neck, and so she's out.
Then,
so everybody's dead.
Or so we think.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just saying.
We got 2 more seconds. It's fine. The parents come home. They are freaked out, and mommy is finally holding her boy again. And then we hear that she is alive.
They say, this one's alive. And you're like, oh shit, who is it? And then he looks out the window and you see them carting the babysitter in the ambulance. She gives him a good old
tape over it to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
God bless. Very smart woman.
Thank God she stayed down.
Yeah. You stay down.
Yeah. Let him think you're dead.
Let him think you're dead.
She gives him the good old finger as she's being carted into the ambulance, which was funny.
And after that, we get the credits, but then there's a post-credit scene in which he says, I think we should go to the hospital. I'm worried about her.
Let's go visit her in the hospital.
Bitch, please. That would be the first thing I'm saying the second I get into that.
Oh. I'm saying it in the ambulance. Are you kidding me?
Like the second I'm inside that ambulance and those doors are shut. So that crazy psycho up in the second floor is the one who did all this. Yeah. He killed everyone. Do not let him near me.
Do not let him near me. He needs to go be arrested.
Yes. He needs a padded room.
Yeah. If she had the wherewithal enough to give him the finger, she can definitely talk when she gets to the ambulance.
And she's going to.
Right. But it was a fun little thing they tried to add, but I'm like, nah, he's not getting her in the hospital.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
So, Oh, all in all, very well done. The actors were very believable.
Yeah, I liked it. I think the boy who played Lucas was brilliant. Like,
yeah, he
had little quirks and little things that he was doing that I was just like, wow, he's like really good. His little dance after he knocks Ricky out with the bat, and he like does that stupid dance. I was like, oh, he's good. And you can believe him as the sweet good boy, and then when he flips that switch to now I'm the psychopath, it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
He did a very good job.
Absolutely.
It's smart. It's a fun one. It's a new Christmas fun one for me.
Yeah.
I would say 8 out of 10 for me.
That's what I was going to give it too.
Yeah.
I like the twist. I like that the twist comes early. I like that you don't see it coming.
Yeah. I like the throwbacks to Home Alone. It's like someone saw Home Alone and was like, Kevin McAllister. I mean, I've seen those theories where they're like, Kevin McAllister is actually a psychopath. So they took that idea and like kind of
ran with it.
Twisted it. Yeah.
You know, I'm a big fan of this. I would suggest it to anybody looking for a holiday flick that they haven't seen.
Yeah, a new Christmas horror. It's up there. It's one I would watch again. I mean, this is about our second. I watched it again before, even though we just watched it just to refresh my memory.
I did not do that.
I did because I'm very forget. You know, I can just watch a movie and still forget stuff. So
yeah,
I was like, let me just put it on. I took a nap for like 15 minutes during it, but I was good enough. I got 12
Dates of Christmas, everyone.
I love that movie. I was watching it with my mom.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna put it on tomorrow morning and finish up the tree skirt. So
yeah, no, but better watch out. 2016 Shudder exclusive.
It was good. It was
good. Very decent.
Now next week, Silent Night, Deadly Night, holiday classic, an oldie but a goodie. And then we're gonna finish out the holiday season with Gremlins.
Yeah.
We've been dying. It's time to talk about Gizmo.
Guys, love me some Giz.
And I will just tease you guys. Watched this movie recently again. We'll watch it again before the show, though.
Yeah.
Thought it held up beautifully. Now, as a mother watching it, though, some of my opinions or just things that I've noticed. I watched this from that mother's perspective, and that woman, we'll talk about, but she deserves a fucking medal.
His mom?
Her deserves a goddamn medal, and we will discuss.
Right. Oh, I love his mom. His mom's awesome.
His mom's the best. And the fact that she hasn't killed anything but a gremlin yet is amazing. God bless.
We will get into that.
These people were killing me. As a mother, I was like, oh, fuck, no. No, you two. If at the end, the fact that at that end of that movie, and this is not a spoiler, you've all seen the movie.
Yeah, it's Gremlins.
That's what she doesn't do. The fact that she doesn't go to the husband and the son and even the dog and go, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm going to Malibu for a couple weeks. No one contacts me. It's amazing. Because I would have pieced out of that house so quick.
Adios.
Well, interestingly, also not a spoiler, in the original script, she is supposed to pass away, and they didn't want the R rating at that time.
And Steven Spielberg, yeah, he wanted to keep it like family friendly.
This is the movie that created the PG-13 rating after it. They were like, no, this
they're like, it's not PG.
But they didn't kill her because he didn't want an R rating.
I saw a crazy meme that was like, it wasn't a meme, it was like a headline, and like, I haven't heard any more of it, but it was like, they want to make a family-friendly version of Gremlins. And I'm like, what? Excuse me?
Do not do this. I'm pleading with you not to do this. I also think it's family friendly.
Yeah, if the original Gremlins was not family friendly to you, you're in the wrong genre. You need to go away. Like,
yeah.
But why would we do that?
Yeah.
Any child could see Gremlins.
Here's the thing. If you think that The Lion King, if you think Pinocchio, if you think really any Disney movie is more family friendly. Mufasa killed his own
Oh my God.
brother. Literal murder. I don't think that the murder was in a cartoon form.
Yeah.
Murder.
Disney gives zero. I love Disney because they don't treat kids like they're like. Yeah. Disney has some dark stuff in their movies.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you think, no.
Kids can handle stuff. Like, calm down. If your kid can't watch Gremlins, if your kid can't watch the 1984 Gremlins, like I don't. We don't need a family. We don't need a family-friendly version. There's no point. We don't need it. Don't want it. Especially if you're going to be
but
CGI Gremlins.
The movie is so, and I do love it. But 90% of the things you don't see.
It's not scary.
We're giving you too much of that episode right now.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. And we'll talk about it next time.
That was a teaser. That was a teaser.
I think that we're going to edit this out, but we're not.
No, we're not. No.
Jen and I have decided going forward, we're doing no editing. We're just throwing this shit up raw because neither one of us can be pulsed to edit. Neither one of us have edited scary stories to tell in the dark.
I can't edit. It's just my computer sucks so bad. Once I get a new computer, I'll be gung ho because it'll be working faster. It's just it's so slow.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna edit. I'm just throwing shit up at this point. I mean,
yeah.
All right. We shoot raw, guys. It's a real memory hog.
Oh, and I will say, I do have to say, I saw Ghostbusters Afterlife, and that movie's amazing. It's so good. I would recommend going to see it in theaters. And I had zero desire to see it. Never been a huge not never. Like, I liked Ghostbusters as a kid, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I love Ghostbusters. It's like, yeah, Ghostbusters are cool, and we would play with the toys. We actually made our own ghost pack thing.
Is this more along the lines of what I posited, where it's the original people's children and grandchildren, or like it's not a remake? This is
it's not a remake.
A continuation.
It's a sequel, not a remake.
Gotcha.
It's the third Ghostbusters movie, and they do such a good job of the kids. And because I get easily annoyed with kids in movies like this. These kids are very likable. They're smart. The characters are smart.
Somebody called it a Stranger Things Ghostbusters.
I mean, that's easy to say because the kid from Stranger Things is in it. So that's.
I didn't know. I didn't really look.
Yeah, that's easy to like.
From Stranger Things.
Huh?
Is it the one with the curly hair that I love? I don't know.
The one from It and Stranger It.
Oh, okay. I like him too. Michael.
Yeah, he's good.
His name is Michael.
And the daughter from Annabelle is his sister.
Okay.
She's great. Obviously Paul Rudd.
That kid who was in It, he is very good.
He's good. He's very
good.
And then Paul Rudd, obviously. It's actually interesting because Paul Rudd, I expected him to have more of a presence in the movie, but like it could have been played by anyone.
Could we talk about Paul Rudd?
I will always talk about Paul Rudd.
The beard, guys, it's working for me.
That's it. Even that doesn't make him look old, though. It's like
nothing
makes that man look old.
But also, I was watching the Challenge, MTV, the Challenge All Stars. Mr. TJ Lavin has also not aged. I said to Ed, I go, is he hanging out with Paul Rudd? Like, what is happening?
What children's souls are you eating that's keeping you looking this young? Because Paul Rudd is ridiculous. Like, he looks like he stepped off the set of Clueless to make Ghostbusters Afterlife.
It's insane. Is it just the lack of stress in his life? Like, what is happening?
Clueless was 26 years ago, and he does not look...
Don't say these things. That makes me feel very old.
I'm just saying. I wasn't trying to reference...
But you don't need to be. You're doing it to hurt me.
I know! Again, we are like the same. We're like the same age.
I
disconnect myself.
40.
When I'm saying those things, I'm disconnecting myself from time. I'm talking about for him, and he still looks amazing. But yes, so Ghostbusters Afterlife, that's just a quick plug because I liked it a lot. It was so much fun. Clapped a lot. Damn near cried at the end. It was great. And I don't cry at movies, so.
I am going to tell you guys something about Elicia that she's a little embarrassed about. But speaking of movies, I watched The Christmas Lodge yesterday while crocheting. I watched two holiday movies, but The Christmas Lodge is about small town girl moves to a big city, has a big city boyfriend, but she loves hiking these woods. And in these woods is this lodge that she used to go to with her grandparents. And now the lodge has become dilapidated, and she saves the lodge owner's daughter, who has fallen down while hiking in the woods when she wasn't supposed to be alone. And she goes home and she convinces the board where she works to put up the funding to restore this historical lodge. And her brothers and father just so happen to be high-end construction people.
Yeah, of course they are.
Used to work for the construction company, so they will all do the labor. And grandfather says, whatever funding you don't get from the board, I will just
give it. Of course.
And now grandfather was bedbound, and at the end of the movie, grandpa is able to make it to the lodge, and they're all together, and everyone's crying, and Elicia cried. I was
of course, Elicia cried.
I'm like, her grandfather made it to the lodge. They got it done in time. And then at the end, they're all there, and they're talking about what a busy holiday season they had because they were able to open in time for the holiday rush to have visitors and guests. And then, because it was a very God-heavy movie, like they were really tapping. They were reading Bible scriptures in this movie. It is a family of 4. And the road through the park has been closed, and they can't get back to the lodge in town. And may they stay here. And they go, we're booked, but we'll make room. Come on in. And yes, folks, I cried. I'm not going to lie to you. It touched. I get real sentimental between Thanksgiving and New Year's.
That's
every year, New Year's Eve, when that ball drops. Doesn't matter if I have been watching New Year's Evil with my Shudder horror fans just moments before the wave of emotion comes over.
Just comes flooding through.
And especially last year, 2021 ringing in, and I'm like, oh, it's a new year. Everything's gonna be okay now. We're all gonna get vaccinated. Things are gonna be good. We're all gonna, if we so choose, I was choosing to. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be able to move on as a family and as a country. And I'll be able to see my extended family again. And I was crying and joy. And then January 6th happened, and I go, well, 2020 just hit the repeat button, and it's doing this shit again. And my hopes and dreams were quickly dashed. So this year, just want you to know I'm having no New Year's Eve hopes and dreams. I have no hope for 2020.
Oh yeah, I stopped having those a while ago.
And no hope for 2022.
Better that way.
What do you usually do for New Year's, Jen?
I don't have a usual. Every year I have no idea what I'm doing till that day.
Every year, Ed and I know exactly what we're doing. We start our night at around 7 o'clock. I usually work till about 3. Then I pick up some stuff. And we have the Philly Pretzi Company party platter. We have multiple appetizers, and every hour on the hour, we put a new appetizer in. We take a new appetizer out. And we play with TJ till his bedtime. And then we maybe play a board game, or if there's a watch party, we'll do that. Last year, he had a gaming competition with some of his friends virtually.
That sounds awesome.
Because we could, you can't, I will do a house party. I will go to a house party on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah,
I am staying at that house.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not getting back on the road. Or I will happily host a house party, but you're also staying here. You're not getting back on the road. But you can't get me into a bar, a restaurant. First of all, the prices are astronomical.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost. Second of all, you're surrounded by people who don't know how to drink. They do it twice a year, and this is one of them. And it's pathetic, guys. It's pathetic.
I generally don't like doing parties or going to bars, but sometimes, like, last minute, like a couple of years ago, my brother was like, we're going to Clifton's Republic, which is in downtown LA, and it's a really cool bar. It's got, like, different levels. There's, like, a 20s level, and then they've got, like, a big tree. Like, it's a very interesting place. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. And it wasn't a hassle. If it's a hassle, like, we didn't stand in line forever. It was like we went, got right in.
Yeah.
It was decent. I'll do an easy peasy thing.
But also, out of curiosity, how far from your home was that?
Right. It was like 10 minutes. It's like 10 minutes for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So where I live, the places that I don't even know. Okay, well, we do have bars in my town, but not bars that I would go to. Any place that I would go would be over 30 minutes from me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's just a little much on New Year's Eve. Because then your Uber is getting
that's expensive.
Astronomical.
That's expensive.
That's like for my husband's company Christmas party, because my best friend works with him. What we usually do is every other year. So one year him and his fiance will drive, the next year we'll drive. So somebody stays sober.
Yeah.
I remember the year I was pregnant, and it was like 10:30 or maybe 10, and snow had started, and I'm the one driving because I can't drink anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I need to get out of these shoes, and I do not want to be driving in this snow. I'm uncomfortable. I am fat, and I ate a lot of food to make up for the fact that I couldn't drink, and it is up to here. Because it's like a full cocktail hour, then a full sit-down jitter. I'm just waddling everywhere. I'm like I gotta go. I'm like, one more sneeze, and I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm done. But me, I hate driving in snow. It's really my least favorite. I love the snow. And I always said, if snow only stuck to nature, nature should only stick to nature. Get your ass off my asphalt. And then I'm fine.
Just stay on the dirt, on the sides.
Right. Our friend Chris up in Maine already had over 5 inches. I'm like, it's not even December. That's unnatural. And he's like, no, Alicia, this is normal. We didn't even get a foot. I'm like, well, don't tell Jen that. Fertilla's never even seen snow. I'm like, you're going to freak everybody out. Don't share this.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, all right.
Now,
other Christmas movies, if anyone's just now listening, or any new listeners, we have other Christmas movies that we did last year. We did Krampus, we did Christmas Vacation, we did the Black Christmases, which you are welcome to skip.
Well, actually, do the original.
Yeah, the original's fine.
We can do
our guest
with our
with
boys.
Drew and Matt, yeah.
Credit podcast. You know, if nothing else, Matt, Drew, and us have a lot of fun. So the movie sucked, but
yes, but we had fun talking about it. Yeah, and you might
give it a listen.
And if you see the movie, then you'll understand the things that we're saying, so it makes it a little more fun. So, or listen to our commentary and then watch it.
Yeah.
Or don't watch the movie at all.
I tell you, 90% of the time, the movie's on How Did This Get Made? I haven't seen it. I don't care. You can just chase. And so I've put off watching The League because my husband, I'm like, I can't watch this without him. He loves fantasy. He's going to love this show.
I'm trying to watch it.
Yeah.
I started it. I wasn't expecting it. It had a lot of shock value stuff, like gratuitous stuff in it, and I wasn't ready for that. I always have to be prepared and knowing that that's what's going to come.
Oh, see, based on the cast, I assumed. Based on the cast and that it was FXX.
Yeah. Yeah, and I knew nothing. I know nothing about the show, which is and it's fine. And it's not like I can't watch anything. I just wasn't ready.
Here's my thing. Like, no, I get. So here's how I always assume if it's on FXX, that based on the other things they've done, they are a push the envelope network, and I just assume that's part of their MO. If I see something like that on IFC, I'm like, or TNT or TBS or USA, I'm like, what just happened here? Yeah, you know, because that's not their vein. So I always kind of take that into consideration when I pick a show. Like, okay, what network is this? That.
Oh yeah, totally.
Even like on regular TV, I would say that Fox goes harder with their with any of their shows than a CBS.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And I love the CBS shows. I'm just saying Fox goes.
They're more
a lot more action from a Fox show than an NBC or a CBS.
Yeah.
By the way, this is the final season of This Is Us.
Oh, is it? I need to catch up. Between that and A Million Little Things, like, I have to take a break.
Oh, I don't watch A Million Little Things.
If you like This Is Us, you would like A Million Little Things.
And that's why I won't watch it. I only need one.
I actually kind of like...
Please don't take this the wrong way. They don't have Justin... Sorry, guys, on A Million...
They don't have
what? I'm sorry to the male cast of A Million Little Things, right? That's the show?
Yeah, A Million Little Things.
Okay. You don't have Randall. You don't have Kevin. You don't have Milo Ventimiglia. I'm out. Your men are not as hot. If I'm wasting,
I have a connection to all three of them. I have a connection to all three of them. Well, not a connection. Milo's is the least connection because I just saw him at a Starbucks once and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I love Milo.
That's how I feel about David Hyde Pierce. So I'm with you.
Yeah. He was cute sitting there and I was like, I don't know that guy. And then Randall. Huh?
Did you talk to him?
No, I don't know. I don't go talk to them because they're...
Oh, he was sitting down.
Yeah. He was like at Starbucks.
No, David Hyde Pierce was literally next to me. Like waiting for his drink, and they called.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah, if they're standing next to me.
So I'm like, David, here's your drink. Do you need a couple? Because I am so close with the people at my Starbucks that I'll just reach behind the counter and hand things. And he's like, do you work here? And the whole staff goes, we wish. Because I'm just like, they're too busy. I'll help.
Yeah.
So that was pre-COVID, guys. I'm not now touching stuff.
Oh my God.
Just want our listening.
You don't need to put. If they have a problem, then they can write to us, and then we'll actually get a letter. So that's fine.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Write aloud.
Yeah, we're not doing disclaimers anymore. We're just saying what we're gonna say. If you have a problem, then you have to contact us.
The problem is that all of our listeners are also very good Instagram and Facebook friends of ours, and they just like Ryan's going to be like, listen to that. Chris is going to be like, another fabulous episode. Paul's going to be like, they all have our personal contact.
Randall plays in my football league because there was a Yeah, because so we have an entertainment league and there was a This Is Us team. I was like, that's cool. It's Randall and
Kevin?
No, Kevin I met at the Bad Moms Christmas premiere. Because he was in Bad Moms.
That's what I wanted to watch tonight, Bad Moms Christmas.
That's a good one. That's actually a funny one too. Bad Moms was actually really funny.
I loved Bad Moms. Toby. Is it Toby? So interestingly, I didn't know the character that played Toby was not in real life an overweight gentleman. And then I'm watching Stranger Things and he's there and it takes me a minute, but then his voice is very recognizable and I'm like, that's Toby. I'm like, why is Toby buff? I'm like, oh, did he lose a lot? And I'm like, no, he didn't lose weight between seasons. And I found out he's been wearing a fat suit since day one. So.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a fat suit.
Oh, that makes sense.
So yeah. Okay, guys, we've run like
really.
we're at minute 31.
Yeah.
We love. Please send a letter, send a message, something. I'm uploading this just as it is. I'm doing it right now. I don't even care. No editing.
I will edit it.
No editing. No, let's see what happens. Let's see if it improves or this proves. It can only improve our listenership. Really. If Jen and I promise to start doing these video podcasts in just our brassieres, will more people do it? Is that
either get more or get way less? It's going to go one direction or the other. Either we're going to get more listeners or we're going to lose a lot of listeners.
Does that go against YouTube's terms of service? Because I gotta tell you, Bobby Lee is topless a lot in life, and if that's allowed, then me in a bra should be allowed.
Just say maybe we wear swimsuits. Meet them halfway.
Meet them halfway. I'm in a bikini.
Yeah, swimsuit top. It's fine. Not naked.
Not naked. When am I ever not naked? Okay.
All right. On that note.
Bye.
See you later.
Peace out.